Like that. Yeah, I'm so high. See me in the sky. Yeah, I'm so high, so fly. Call me Fizzle, yeah, I'm Fizzle ballin' all life. Big bad wolf, yeah, you know I'm in this bitch the ball. All season, yeah, I'm so high. Going through another level, yeah, I'm so high. See it as I walk by, yeah, I'm so high. Throw you away to the birds, don't let me show y'all. Push in the air, peace all year.
What's good, YouTube universe? We are here in the pre-show of this primetime matchup here in Fizzleman Picks Lounge on Fizz and Friends Gaming. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, be part of that Noti gang, sub up definitely, and be part of the sub up friends. But definitely as that, on YouTube and especially on EA Sports, thank you. We are here live. Just checking in for this prime time action matchup here in the 4 p.m. slot. It's not your ordinary 4 p.m. slot. This is the final game of the season here, prime time action. We here got it for you live here week 18. But as that, Fizzleman Picks Lounge, the pre-show before the game, and as it's the lounge, we here vibing out. Fizzleman picks, of course, the Cardinals to take the W. We always got to get that going first to let y'all know what we about. And Fizzleman picks, how you know, is by the controller. And there, you see the fans is on our sides, and that is by the overalls. And as the fans voting is, we know who's going to take this one, as it's playoff atmosphere in this game. Due to week 18, we always end our season off here in Madden Stars. In week 18, primetime actions all about playoffs. See who's actually getting in. We always showcase the last teams actually getting. And pretty much, of course, this game. And of course, the game you saw before this game in this season. 5th season of Madden Stars here. The first game was the AFC, and of course, why wouldn't we always do it like this, NFC. So of course the NFC gets some primetime action, of course, and this is the primetime action here for this game. And let me give you more insight. As you know, these two teams is division teams, of course, division rivals. But which team do you think is in the playoffs here in Madden Stars? In real life, we do here in Madden Stars compare both. The Cardinals are the ones who actually extended or exceed whatever to the playoffs. But in Madden Stars here for this season, same season in real life, the Cardinals do take it as well. And in this world, I don't even remember Cardinals how they clinched the playoffs, but I don't even know if this was primetime action in, real life either, because I don't know when they clinched the playoffs. But the Cardinals here clinching the playoffs is their chance here. Is it a hard chance to make it? No, it's not really hard. It's an easy chance for the Cardinals to take this one, as it's a walk in the park to really say. The Cardinals is the last team to make it. And knowing we had a 1 p.m. slot, we seen a lot of teams play for the time to see if they could get in. If the Cardinals lose, I don't know, maybe it's a different story. I don't know. I don't think there's any team that's like, competing with the Cardinals in each division. They already got 6 teams already locked. The Cardinals the 7th team, so it's pretty much, I think the Cardinals is a walk in the park with this one. We know the Cardinals is gonna win this one. No ifs, ands, and no buts about that. I think, say, in the playoffs, to make it to the playoffs, no matter if they lose. Like, what I'm trying to say. But let's keep it going. That's there with the Cardinals. But in the AFC, we had earlier, we needed a division leader. All the teams was tied up earlier this season in the same record, and that was the AFC East with the Jets, Dolphins, Bills, and Patriots. They all had the same record of 6-10 earlier. Today we had to see who will make it to the playoffs. It was supposed to be the Patriots. That was supposed to be a primetime game action, but we looked at it and we was looking more at it, and we realized that the way they based off the standings, and you probably could see that I already talked about this earlier today, it just showcased how great these teams are to even manage to come back and, could do something. And that was pretty much what the Dolphins tried to do as they took the W earlier. But the Bills and the Jets may be the team. The Bills may be the team, to be exact, to take it, because the Bills beat the Jets earlier. So going into that, yeah, they beat us, but it's all good. I don't know why I always lose to the Bills, but Bills and us got major. I don't like the Bills no ever. I don't care. Bills is smoke forever right now. But yeah, I think the Bills might go, because if you go off of rankings, it was the Patriots first coming into this week, Bills, Jets, Dolphins. Dolphins was last, and I think they based it off of division wins, because Patriots had the most in the division, but they just took a L. So I think if they give them a L and based off a record, it's two teams up, and then in between those two teams is the Dolphins and the Bills. And if they do division, that's the Bills, and if they do points, I say that's the Dolphins. So that's what we looking to see coming into Madden News Day. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because Noti friends, because that's what we calling you guys, Noti friends and sub up friends, Noti friends, Noti gang. You already know what's up. You gotta let them know, like, that's the only time you would know who's going to the playoffs. So make sure I check out Madden News Day. That's coming up after this, in the next coming a week, pretty much the day before or on the day of playoff time. Or maybe the next day after this, who knows? Just to keep it quick and short and simple to know, because I really want to know who's in the playoffs. But yeah, and there's more teams too to be in the playoffs, but we need a division leader, so why wouldn't that be a primetime action? That was. And then boom, we got this one, easy walking apart for the NFC side. So without further ado, let's make it hot, let's let it rock, and let's let it ride. And crazy enough, the Cardinals teams in real life is better than this team, and this team actually had DeAndre Hopkins all year, like the record wise. I think the real life had a better record than this team here in Madden Stars.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun and State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First carry for James Conner. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw is Murray. Able to find Isabella. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Murray now to throw. This one caught by Isabella. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Murray now. Screen pass to Conner. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First down, Murray. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. Not much there, only a yard. 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Murray to air it out again. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. marching down the field, only getting 3 there. Kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Carson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Here's more on the return. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Murray. They go out to the flat for Edmonds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Murray going to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. On 2nd and 7, Murray. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
From the gun, Murray finding Ertz again. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. For these two division rivals, the schedule maker gave them a couple of second-half meetings this year. They met for the first time back in Week 11, and it was the visiting Cardinals who came away with the victory. So now they've got a chance here to sweep the season series if they can get the victory in Glendale. Dancing to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
On 1st down, Edmonds. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins. His 6th touchdown of the season. Well, the Cardinals push further out in front. Prater for the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This is DJ Reed returning. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Give better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And they'll get this down to the 10. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. This is Carson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Here's Wilson. Touchdown! It's complete. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. On the return, Andy Isabella. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Murray off play action. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, it's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
On 1st down, Edmonds. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On play action, it's Murray. Out to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Prater on to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. And we will get another look at Seattle's offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go play action with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Seattle.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They run it with Carson. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Wilson. And that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35 on 2nd down. Wilson, throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. Wilson will throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Second and 10. Now it's Carson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Play action. It's Wilson. Being chased out left. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Myers' kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
And try to atone for it here on this drive. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. This is caught. And he's brought down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jordan Brooks. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Murray. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins. As the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense, as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find his man. That's Freddie Swain. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Carson will take the handoff out of the option play. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Freddie Swain with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Wilson going to throw for it. Buying time to his left. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Well, I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. On the return, Isabella. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing again, Murray. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on second down. Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Connor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Flush, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Crater on to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. No run back here for Reed, so this will come out to the 25. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And to give this time to the tailback. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Murray now. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Murray. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And now Edmonds going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Chris Carson trotting back out there. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to...
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Murray now to throw. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Prater's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Wilson on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Wilson.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Throwing again here, Wilson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll go option to the short side. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
There's Wilson to throw. Leaves it for Penny. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to keep it on the ground. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here. They'll start at the 25. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw taken in by Green here.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Murray going to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now a give to Edmonds. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this fourth quarter deficit.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
After the turnover, here's Murray.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
shotgun now from Murray. And that is incomplete. Ugo Amadi there to knock that one away. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Arizona would give them the season sweep. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll find Everett there, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Again, Wilson. He'll find Eskridge here, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, Wilson working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First down now, but that clock rolling. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle, he finds Eskridge. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make or break onside kick. Oh, I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
So Wilson and the Seahawks down by 6. A little over a minute to go. A chance to end this season with a bang as they come up with a 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. It's caught. Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Wilson. That one to Swain, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. There's Wilson. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. Now Myers for the extra point. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they have got the lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.